So you are 19, you're just starting university, and you're scared of making the wrong decisions about your career. Everyone around you seems confident about their path. How do you deal with this pressure? Okay, first I want to say you're 19 and you're just starting university. That's a good one. You being scared of making the wrong decisions about your career, I would say that is not a bad one. You may be shocked about that. That's not awfully bad and terrible. The fact that you're scared about the future and hope I'm not making a wrong decision. I think it's even a good sign for anyone that fear and trembling about every step that you take. Do you get? It's important that we're not just so we don't live life with so much confidence and arrogance and pomp like I'm infallible, I don't make errors, I can't make any error, I don't make mistakes. So the fact that you have this check inside of you alone, I think it's a good one and you should be happy about that. And I'll explain why I said that going along. So everyone around you seems confident about their path. That's also a red flag for me. Why are they confident about their path? What makes them think they are on the right path in quote? That for me, like I said, is a red flag. Why you should be careful in life. You understand? You should be careful. Life is a very long journey and a stretch. And the fact that it's a stretch does not mean it's a straightforward stretch. There are bends, there are turns, just like any other road around the world. So now you want to know, how do you deal with this pressure? First and foremost, there should be no pressure here. Why? Because you even seem to be the one on the right path and not they or those that seem to be confident. Why do I say that? Another thing you should know is life is, like I said, it's a vast, think of it like a vast land ahead of you. Currently, what you're doing in university should not cage you. Do you understand? You should, just like Joseph. Bible tells us about Joseph. At some point in his life, he was a shepherd, and he did excellently well there. And that should have led him to become probably have more sheep and more cattle and something else. That should just be a normal transition from keeping maybe 10 sheep. You should transit into probably 100, 1,000, 2,000 like that. But from there, the guy went from being a shepherd of animals to being a servant in quote in somebody's house. It looks like there was a break in transmission, like we would say. But really, the experience from here brought him here, and we saw that what really mattered here was not really the sheep in that sense, but what was underneath taking care of the sheep. And so when he got to the house of Potiphar, that thing was still there. And even though it's like there was a change in industry in quote, but it was still very relevant to the point that Potiphar handed the entire thing to him. Good. From there, one would assume that okay, finally I found my path in life. I should be an houseboy. Do you get? And from there, maybe if Spotify had maybe 3 bedroom house, then from there maybe would have been hoping that okay, the next door guy that would hire me would probably have 5 bedroom, and from there one day would become the biggest servant in the land of Egypt. But it did not go like that. From there, he went to prison. Don't see it as prison, but prison had people, prison was a community of its own. And what was underneath the young man, what he was actually building, not what you saw on the surface, which is being a shepherd, being an houseboy, what he was actually building internal, got into prison and it was still relevant, such that the prison head turned everything over to him. And one would have assumed that, okay, finally I've settled, this is God's plan for me to be in prison and to take care of people. But from there, he moved into the palace. And we still saw that it was relevant. So number one, you being scared of making the wrong decisions about your career, you should not have such fear. What you have in your hand right now, make the best do with it. You understand? What's in your hand right now, do the very best with it. Learn all you can. And wherever that turns you in the next couple of 3, 4, 5 years from now, depending on whatever you're doing in school, you should take that into it. Do you understand? If let's say in quotes you're studying animal husbandry like Joseph was doing at that point, if that moves you into becoming HR in that sense, after that, HR, there really no transition, animal husbandry into HR, managing people, managing an office and all of that. We should see excellence there. That should be it. There should be no, except you want to be straight-jacketed in life. And really, life does not offer that in that sense, because it's going to be a boring life. What the Bible gives to us is that the path of the just is as a shining light. It shines brighter and brighter. But you know, if you step out of your house right now and you intend going to probably the closest market to you, it can be a straight line. Most likely, even coming out of your house, I come out of your room, then do a bend, then navigate to the gate, then do a turn. That's life for you. Do you understand? So don't have such fear that I may be making the wrong decisions. No, I don't think you made any wrong decision. If probably that's the course you went for, or that's what the university gave to you, whatever it is, that's what is in your hand right now. Do the best with it. Do the best with it such that people would recommend you for some other things years down the line. I think that should be your driving force. And for those that seem confident about their own path, well, let them be. And you know, life affords us to watch. We keep watching. You're watching a person. It's like a race. You can see those to this side, those to this side. So let's keep watching and let's see who at the end of the day would feel that they got it right. So that's the attitude I want you to have, not the attitude that you're being pressured and it seems like, no, what you have in your hand right now should be your focus, and that's where you should deploy all of your strength and everything into. I hope this makes sense. And by the way, you're just 19, you're just starting out in life basically.